Water is a vessel that captures light, coherent domains, and the secret of life. What have you been taught about water? HO2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen, a colorless, tasteless, odorless compound, the substance covering 70% of the Earth's surface, filling 70% of our bodies. But what if I told you, water is not merely a liquid but a vessel that captures light? What if the water inside your body holds photons captive, breathing into unison with that trapped light, forming a vast quantum system? Today, we'll explore the hidden face of water, revealed by an Italian physicist who devoted his life to this mystery. This is not just science, it's the deepest answer to the questions: what is life? Why must we drink water to live? And what truly is aging? Milan, Italy, 1998. A physicist stood ridiculed by his colleagues. His name, Emilio del Giudice. His partner in this work, Giuliano Preparata. Both were respected theoretical physicists working at the frontier of particle physics. Then one day, they put forward a strange claim. Water is not just a liquid. Under specific conditions, water molecules vibrate together in perfect rhythm, like an orchestra. Mainstream chemistry laughed at them. Water molecules are just tiny balls bumping randomly into one another. But Del Giudice didn't retreat. He applied quantum field theory QFT, the deepest language of the universe, to water. And he discovered something extraordinary, a vast hidden order dwelling inside water itself. Let's get to the heart of it. Imagine a glass of water in front of you. According to what we learned in school, the molecules inside collide chaotically, random particles in random motion. But Del Giudice saw something different. Inside water exists a special region, roughly 100 nanometers in size. This is called a coherent domain CD. What happens inside this region? Millions of water molecules, breathing as one, pulsing as one, vibrating in a single phase, like a well-trained choir, like the breath of a single being. This is coherence. Now, let's unpack the 4 key principles from today's slide, one by one. First, liquid water is an open system. What does that mean? It means water is in constant dialogue with external electromagnetic fields. Light and water cannot ignore each other. Second, under specific conditions, the dipoles of water molecules, their electrical positive and negative poles, undergo a phase transition. Just as ice becomes water and water becomes steam, ordinary water transforms into coherent water. Third, inside this coherent domain, water molecules vibrate in phase with a trapped electromagnetic field. Now pause here for a moment. A trapped electromagnetic field? What does that mean? There's a famous theory in physics that won the Nobel Prize, the Higgs mechanism. When the Higgs boson was discovered at CERN in 2012, the world celebrated. What's the core of this theory? A massless particle passing through a certain field acquires mass. Photons, particles of light, are originally massless. That's why light can travel freely through the universe at the ultimate speed. But Del Giudice discovered something astonishing. A photon that enters a coherent domain into water gains an effective mass. This is what slide 4 describes as the Anderson-Higgs-Kibble mechanism. So what happens when a photon gains mass? It can no longer escape freely. Light becomes trapped inside the coherent domain. The trapped light makes the water molecules vibrate, and the vibrating water molecules, in turn, hold the light captive. A self-sustained cavity, a vessel that sustains itself, holding light within. This is the true nature of a coherent domain. Do you realize what this means? The water you drink every day, the water filling your cells, the water flowing through your veins, may contain light captured within. And that light is breathing as one with the water. Many of you may be asking, fascinating, but what does this have to do with my body? Before I answer, let me note one thing. Your body is about 70% water. But when we look closely at the water inside your cells, we find a special state of water, different from ordinary HO. Professor Gerald Pollack of the University of Washington calls this easy water exclusion zone water. EZ water is different from ordinary water. It is more ordered, it is more viscous, it carries a negative charge, and it grows when exposed to light, especially infrared light. Remarkably, Pollack's easy water and Del Giudice's coherent domain may be the same phenomenon, viewed from different angles. So what is happening inside your body? 1. Inside the cell, the water inside your cells is not just a solvent, it captures light, transmits information, and orchestrates the reactions of life. It is a living medium. 2. Mitochondria. The mitochondria, the power plants of your body, generate ATP, the energy of life, through the interaction of light and electron. Recent research suggests mitochondria function as light electron engines. 3. Meridians and the Bonghan system. The great Korean biophysicist Professor Kwang-sup So of Seoul National University rediscovered the Bonghan duct system. Within these microscopic ducts flows a special fluid, proposed as the physical substrate of qi and the meridians described in qi traditional Korean and East Asian medicine. If this Bonghan fluid is, in qi fact, coherent to water, then qi may be nothing other than light, flowing through water. For thousands of years, the sages of the East have said, life is light, qi flows, water is the mother of all living things. Western science, only now, in qi, the most refined language of quantum field theory, is approaching that ancient truth. Now let us return to the central question of the K120 School of Life. What is aging? After 40 years of exploring life, I have arrived at one conclusion. Aging is the stagnation of flow. So what stagnates within our bodies? Blood stagnates, lymph stagnates, hormones stagnate, but at a deeper level, the water within our bodies loses its coherence. In a young body, water is well ordered. It captures light well. It vibrates beautifully with light. Every cell sings like a luminous choir. But as we age, through stress, toxins, poor eating habits, and chronic inflammation, our body's water loses its coherence. Like an orchestra dispersing, like a choir losing its rhythm, the light within water dims. If this is the essence of aging, then what is reverse aging? Helping our body's water capture light again, restoring coherence, conceiving life once more. This is why the K120 School of Life recommends bamboo salt water every morning, practices the 6-minute meditation called Pranacode, and emphasizes evening fasting and natural light exposure, all to help your body's water capture light once more. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into how coherent domain theory connects to the K120 protocol, why natural spring water and bamboo salt water are decisive for restoring coherence, and why early morning sunlight awakens life itself. Remember this: your body is a vessel that holds light, your water is a living choir, and your life can shine once more.